Hey guys, it is Mick. Welcome back to Persona 3 FES. In the last one, we explored around Tatsumi Port Island and got some weapons. And in this one, we're going to be heading to Tartarus again. So, Mitsuru, what's up? Let's go. Well, let's check everyone's status again. Everyone seems to be healthy. I don't need to know the individual status of everyone. Let's go to Tartarus. Very well. We'll meet at Tartarus around midnight. Don't be late. I'll let the others know. As we explore Tartarus, this will be our temporary base of operations. I'm counting on you. Anyone have anything unique to say? You'll stay here and provide support. Okay. Let's get going. Cool. Thank you for the input. Let's go. Cool. I didn't mean to check your status. I was just... Oh yeah, let's go. And I am going to save real quick. Alright, let's go. We'll go to the Velvet Room later. Right now, let's just get going. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. By the way, I found something else out about Tartarus. A few floors up, there's a barricade preventing you from going any higher. The tower seems to have a number of these interspersed amongst its floors. I know I told you that the layout changes each day, but these barriers seem to be in fixed locations. Therefore, I'd like you to try and reach the first barricade. I'm counting on you. Yeah, that is the overall goal, is to just get as high as I can, when the game... I just want to get as high as the game lets me. But for now, our goal today... I detect a great source of power above you. It's still relatively far away, but keep your guard up nonetheless. My goal today is to actually reach that great source of power. I believe it's going to be on floor 5 or 6. Because I believe it goes in groups of, like, the boss, like, mini-boss and stuff go in groups of 5. So yeah, my goal today is to reach that mini-boss. And then I have a secondary goal as well, and that is to fight enough shadows in order to get enough shuffle times and stock up on personas. So first, let's fight this magic hand. Are these things weak to fire or something else? They are weak to fire, so I guess we don't need to scan them. We'll just kill them. Really? It didn't die? It probably has 1 health left. But I don't want to keep using too much of my SP like that, so I'll be using my weapon more often than I implied that I would be, because, well, I want to conserve my SP for the boss. I'm gonna go for the wand this time because I think what that thing being blanked out means is that I can't quite summon it yet. So I'm going to try and increase my level first and foremost then. So yeah, we'll just be exploring. We'll be exploring around and getting personas. So there sure are 4 enemies.
I'll attempt to analyze the enemy.
Also, with Triangle here, we have Rush, which is pretty much just everyone will physical attack and focus one enemy and try to bring one enemy down. Okay, the Merciless Maya is weak to basically every element except fire, which is what you use, so we won't be able to do much about it. Damn, rude. Oh, but yeah, okay. What I was saying before is that there are specific personas that I am trying to get. The first is a very specific one named Apsaras. And I'll explain why I want that one once we get it. And then otherwise, I just want to stock up on a bunch of different personas of different arcanas. And that'll be useful for social link stuff. And the reason I want a bunch of different arcanas is that, and like as I said, for social link stuff, those things advance more smoothly if you have a matching arcana. So let me back up a bit. Every social link you have is tied to one of the major arcana in a tarot deck, as is every persona. And there's one social link for every arcana, pretty much. So we already have Pixie, so I'm just gonna go for money this time, actually. So yeah, every social link is tied to an arcana, and then every persona also is tied to an arcana. So, like, we have Pixie. I don't want to dismiss Pixie. We have Pixie, who is of the Lover's Arcana. So if we were to be doing the social link of the Lover's Arcana, if we had Pixie in our persona deck, the Lover's Arcana social link would go a little bit smoother. So I want to stock up on specifically Magician, Chariot, and Hierophant, I believe, are the ones I'm going for. So anyway, there's not much more to really talk about here. So I'm just going to keep exploring the floor, and instead, rather than, well, I guess enemy advantage, this just means the enemy is going to be attacking first because I didn't hit it first. But yeah, instead of just rambling live to you all, instead I'm going to research some things, and I'm going to talk about them. So basically, just every time we have a Tartarus exploration, once I'm done with my initial, here's my goal, this is what we're doing, I'm gonna try and find some things to talk about. Be it concepts behind the game, like the real world inspirations between the terms persona and shadow, or like each persona itself is based off of some sort of folklore figure. I might talk about some of those figures, things like that, or like things related to Persona 3 that are just kind of not related to the main game. I'm wasting time by just staring and not doing anything here. But like there are drama CDs that you can listen to, mostly only released in Japan, or like side media like the movie, or like mobile phone games. I might talk about some of those. It'll all depend what I research. So I'm going to hand the mic away to future me right now, who has actually done those research and has something to talk about. Also, god damn it, Junpei, you absolute buffoon. Junpei sure doesn't, though. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is something I already mentioned in that little description there. And that is the actual psychological concepts of the Persona and Shadow. Now, if you're a Persona fan already, or have just taken a high school psych class, you probably are familiar with these terms already, and you'll probably even know more than what I'm about to talk about, because I'm just skimming over it right here. And it's even discussed briefly in Persona 4, so what I'm talking about isn't new. But if you don't know, the terms persona and shadow, along with other terms such as anima, animus, the self, and a few others, were all coined by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. But for this, I'm going to be focusing on persona and shadow, as they're the two concepts most core to this series. Now, the persona Jung describes as a sort of mask you wear when you face the world around you. It's a personality you create in order to confront different situations, and you could have multiple personas depending on what exactly it is you're doing. For instance, how you carry yourself at work or school is probably different than how you carry yourself with acquaintances, and that's also probably very different from how you carry yourself with close friends. And you can switch between these masks as the need arises. They're facets of yourself, but they also aren't necessarily who you are deep down.
Victory. Great job.
Oh, this is fun. So the cups there. I am going to go for one of them, because the cups, what they do is they restore your HP and SP a little bit, I believe. But that skull and crossbones. That's a bad omen for sure. card is cursed. Death draws near. So it's just HP in this case. I think it's only SP in future games now that I think of it. But what that does is that it summons a very difficult enemy that we are so not equipped to deal with right now. So let's just rush to the next floor so we don't have to deal with it. Okay?
I feel a strong presence. It must be death.
I want to see it. But I'm also scared too. So let's stand in here. Oh, yep, it approaches. It approaches. That is the Reaper. And the Reaper will wreck your day, so don't fight him, not yet. This whole place is like a maze. Even the access points seem to be randomly distributed. If you feel like you're in danger, don't hesitate to return. We're fine, Mitsuru. Anyway, Mike handed back to me. Now, how this applies to personas in-game is pretty clear, I'd think. Every Persona user gets a persona based off of some sort of folklore figure that's symbolic of their role in the story, as well as just their general personality, and they equip these personas in order to literally confront danger. And the protagonists themselves are able to equip and discard several personas as the need arises in order to best suit whichever situation. The Shadow, likewise, is more of a base form of someone's psyche. It consists of aspects of oneself that you don't really show to the world. Oftentimes, these are one's weaknesses, their repressed feelings, you know, just things you're ashamed of and don't want to show other people. But that doesn't inherently make your shadow a bad thing. It is a part of you, after all, and ignoring it causes those negative feelings to grow. Okay, so Golden Shadow. This is unique. Also, I'm going to switch to my rapier here, just because I want my faster attack. These things will run away at the sight of you, but they are rare. They're rare, and in future games, they're like metal slimes from Dragon Quest, in which they give you a lot of experience. That's not the case in FES, I don't believe. Damn it. I tried. Guys, please. Well, I screwed it up. Hopefully, next time I see one, we don't screw it up, but yeah, they're rare enemies. They run away super quickly, even in battle, and defeating them does give you a decent reward. Young argues that it's important to be aware of your shadow and balance it with your persona in order to be the best version of yourself. You need to pay attention to both of them and examine both of them in order to grow. How this applies to the shadows in the series isn't as clear in Persona 3. Personas 2, 4, and 5 have beings known as shadow selves that are much more representative of the term shadow. However, there is still a link there in that shadows are born from and prey on human emotions, and each of the shadows you fight is somewhat representative of the human psyche. So the link is still there, it's just not as in your face as in the other games. That's basically it, so thank you for listening. I hope that was interesting to listen to, but if you already knew about that, probably not. If you knew all that already, you're probably actually kind of annoyed with me, truth be told, because of how much I'm just skimming over it, where I'm just like, yeah, this is introductory level stuff, man, and then I'm just like, hey, check out this cool thing, but whatever. So, yeah, in future Tartarus explorations, I'll probably do something similar to this with just different things I find interesting that are at least somewhat related to the series. I'll probably talk about, like, the protagonist persona, Orpheus, next, which is another thing where it's like, you probably know Orpheus. You probably at least know the core myth behind Orpheus, but maybe not the whole thing, because there is more to it that's generally talked about, so. But we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, I'm basically out of time, so I'm handing the mic back to past me, I guess, in this case. I almost said present me, but though, that's me. Anyway. I detect 3 shadows in this floor's central area. They're not like the other ones you fought before. If you're not ready to face them, then reorganize and return to the entrance. Is that? Excusez-moi, but can you have a look at the device near you? I can, and I was going to anyway. So this is a checkpoint. We can now warp to floor 5 at any time we please. So I'm gonna warp back to floor 1 and take the opportunity to save again. Just because I am going to challenge this boss here. I don't know if I'm ready, but we'll see. Okay, so first things first, I'm actually going to mainly equip Pixie for this. I'm going to be acting as the healer in this fight, and the reason for that is, if I am not mistaken, this boss is weak to pierce attacks, so we want Yukari to be on the offensive here, if at all possible. Because she has the bow, so she'll be able to hit those weak points, and that'll make it a lot easier. And also, I believe it drains fire, if I'm not mistaken. Which, given that that's our main attack, that would suck. You can win. I'm certain of it. I'm glad you think so. Okay, so.
The enemy is stronger than you're accustomed to. Proceed with caution.
Well, first off, I'm going to change my tactics. Yukari, I'm gonna tell you to attack this one. You two, Junpei, both attack this one, because in group bosses like this, it's it gets a lot easier once you focus on one and take one out. And I will do the same. I'll focus on this Venus Eagle. There we go. It's down. Oh, you know what? I should switch her off of assign target because I want her. Because if she can knock them all down, then that'll help a lot, actually. So yeah, Junpei, you attack that one, but Yukari, you act freely, and that actually might make you choose to heal here, but I'm gonna heal myself first. And then we'll see. But Junpei is pretty much the main damage dealer here regardless. And no, she attacked it again, but that's okay because it's dead now. So that does make things a little bit easier. But also, Yukari, I'm gonna tell you to heal me, actually. Because if the protagonist dies, then it's over. You actually might just heal yourself now that I've healed myself that much. That's fine. Junpei, come on. You're like our main damage dealer here. We need you to... Yeah, she healed herself. Damn it. That's fine. But, yeah, Junpei, we need you to hit, bro. And yeah, keep hitting Yukari with Garu. That helps a lot, actually. I'm just going to top myself off here, just to be safe. There we go. Nice. Attack the other one, Yukari. No! Yukari, you just made it stand back up. Because the AI does not go for all-out attacks. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, okay, so if she's not going to go for all-out attacks, then I'm just going to put her back on healing, and instead we're just going to keep my man Junpei alive, because he is our damage dealer, so he needs to be, you know, doing damage, and him being weak to Garu is not doing us any favors. Yeah, hit Yukari with Garu. She's... Even I'm fine, because I am not weak to it, but Yukari is strong to it, so it does nothing to her. There we go. This is what we need.
Hang in there.
Jesus Christ. Alright, well, we'll top ourselves off again. Just want to keep everyone sustained, you know? And hopefully this will knock this guy out. Yes! Cool.
Hang in there.
Alright, now Yukari. Now you can attack freely and everything. And since no one's in trouble right now, let's switch to Orpheus and hit it with a bash. Nice. And then Yukari should knock it down, and this should let us all out attack, yes?
Here's our chance.
Which should be enough to, if not finish it off, get it real close. Oh, real close. Well, I'm just gonna go and... I'm going to switch back to Pixie here, actually, because... I want Pixie to get experience. And now I'll just hit it with my sword, and this should kill it.
You have the potential to grow even stronger.
I'm glad you think so.
I'm getting kind of tired. This is not good. Takiba is fatigued.
She sure is. But, I'm not... I'm gonna keep going. Like, we're not gonna end up making it to floor 10 by any stretch of the means. I'm not gonna try. But we are going to keep going until the protagonist is tired, because our SP was recovered, I guess, by going back to the floor 1. I didn't realize that happened, actually. But that's helpful. But I still want to get personas, so I'm gonna just keep going. Hold on. The shadows on this floor are a bit different than the ones you've faced thus far. Proceed with caution. I'm sure they are. Well, there's our way back when we need it.
Three enemies detected. Strike first. Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy. Yes, excellent attack. Get him! Another enemy down. There's only one left. Please hit! Jeez, that one's bad.
Who's the man? Man, I'm beat.
Iori is fatigued. Shouldn't you return?
Okay, so we're not a high enough level to get the personas on this floor then, is that it? I'm gonna try anyway and see what it says. This persona is beyond your control. So yeah, you can't summon personas that are out of your level range. So since that persona is higher than level 4, we can't summon it. And if that's the case, then I'm going to just return to the entrance and try and get the one we saw on the lower floor. Because that's the one we can get, right? So we may as well try and get it. Sorry, I can't take any more. I'm going back to the dorm. Sorry, dude. I'm beat. I'm going back to the dorm. Perhaps we should call it a day since you no longer have a full party. Perhaps, but we're not going to. I'm going in alone. You cannot stop me, Mitsuru. I'll be fine.
What's wrong? Are you feeling tired?
One battle, huh? And it's not even giving me the persona I want. I guess I'll take a weapon. But please. I'm not leaving here without that persona, as much as I should. But yeah, since we're tired, it's basically just, we'll miss more often. It'll be easier to knock us down, things like that. But we should be fine for now. And also, distress. I believe that happens if you attack an enemy you're a much higher level than, and they just kind of freak out and are like, I don't know how to deal with this man. I don't want to do it. But unfortunately, they must.
Keep up. You're being targeted. Are you all right? Come on, hang in there.
Well, so confession, I guess. I actually died. So I had to go back and do the boss again. So this save is a little bit different, and the boss was a lot harder this time around. Junpei kept getting hit by Garu and using up medicines, and I'm like, well, but well, here we have Opsitus, so we got one of the personas I wanted. We got the main persona I wanted, so like, I guess that's super cool. And Junpei's with us this time, because I just went back to floor 1 immediately, rather than dragging him into floor 6 and getting him tired as well. But, so here's what I want, why I wanted Opsitus. So, Persona 3 has things called fusion spells, and how they work is that if you have two very specific personas in your persona deck, you can cast special spells. So, with both Orpheus and Opsitus in your inventory, you can cast Cadenza, which is a full party heal that raises your evasion, which is incredibly useful. So this is having Orpheus and Opsitus in your party for the first chunk of the game, it's really helpful. So I really wanted Opsitus for that. Now, I still need personas of other Arcana, so I'm gonna go for just a little bit longer, test my luck, but I'm not gonna go super far. I'm not gonna let things get dicey so I die again.
What's wrong? Are you feeling tired?
Honestly, I might just fight 1 or 2 more battles. Yeah, we got another Opsitus here. Let's take some money. Why not? I'll fight like 2 more battles, see what happens, but if I don't get anything new, then I'll just leave. Sound good? I think that sounds good. Alright, no. We're just consistently getting Opsitus again now, which, I mean, cool. But, I'm not gonna push my luck anymore. I already pushed it too far once, and I, really bit it because of it, and that wasn't fun. So yeah, well, it's in the way, I guess. Well, we got a level up, so, that's something at least, but ultimately, not super helpful. Okay, yeah, that, as I said, enough pushing our luck. It's time to leave now. So we have one more thing we will do. Sorry, dude. I'm beat. I'm going back to the dorm. We'll have one thing we'll do before we end things off, so we'll go and check out the Velvet Room now. Ah, there you are. Welcome to the Velvet Room. Well, I suppose it's time for me to explain what I really do here. It is my job to create new personas, but in order to do so, I must fuse your persona cards together. In other words, I shall merge them into a single persona. The number of personas you have buried within you is approximately 170. We've never seen a visitor with this many possibilities before. If you establish social links, you may be able to create even stronger personas too. This should prove very interesting. So, as you accumulate cards, please bring them to me. Well, let's see what's on offer. I don't think I'm gonna fuse anything here because we only have the 3, and the 3 and 2 of these, Orpheus and Opsitus, are very useful to me, and we don't need any specific arcanas yet. We don't need any specific Arcanas yet, but we'll see what's available to us. Okay, so if we fuse Orpheus with Pixie, we can get Apsaras or Angel. Angel is one of the ones we've seen, so I don't think it's worthwhile to do that. But what about Pixie and Apsaras? That gets us Nekomata, which is another one we've seen. So again, there's no real reason to do this right now. But if we triangle fuse them, which is all three, we get Fornius, which we haven't seen, but it's also out of our level range, so no reason to do that. Okay, so yeah, fusing is useless to us right at this moment. Like, getting Nekomata would be helpful because the Magician is one of the ones coming up, but it's not needed right now. We won't need it for about a week, I think. So yeah, that's what this is for. I'm good with our deck right now. We'll be heading to Tartarus again soon anyway, so. And if not, we can just go to the Polonium Mall and fuse Nekomata there. Either way, that's all for this video. So thank you so very much for watching. In the next one, we'll be doing some social links finally, actually. So until then, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic day.